error before the preparation of trial balance, right?
Yes.
All right. Now, today we are going to discuss about rectification of errors, but after the preparation of trial balance. Yes.
Ma'am, can I say something?
Yeah, please.
Tomorrow I have physical education exam, so can you finish the class early if possible?
Yeah, sure, sure.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay, welcome. Okay, so rectification of errors after trial balance.
Okay.
Yes. So here, after trial balance. So, but this is before preparation of final account, right?
Yeah.
Which we will discuss in the upcoming classes,
Okay.
in which we will prepare trading account, profit and loss account, balance sheet, in which we will come to know about the profit and loss of the company, right? So here we have rectification of errors after the preparation of trial balance. So as we have discussed in the rectification of error before the trial balance, we have the error, one-sided error as well as two-sided error, right?
Decided error. Yeah.
Here also the same thing is applicable here, that is one-sided error as well as two-sided error.
Okay.
So first, let's talk about when we have, in the case of errors not affecting the trial balance, or we can say that two-sided errors, right? When
Yeah.
the trial balance will match.
Yeah.
So this will be rectified by passing the rectification journal entry, right? Rectifying
Yeah.
journal entry. Here
Yes.
two-sided errors are rectified by passing a journal entry, which is
Okay.
rectifying journal entry. So here we have rectifying journal entry. So when we have two-sided error, then we will rectify by passing the rectifying journal entry. And when we talk about one-sided error, here we need to prepare suspense account to rectify the one-sided error. So here we will rectify this error by preparing suspense account. Right? Here in one-sided error, we have to prepare one-sided error suspense account, which is the difference in the trial balance is placed in trial balance under the head of suspense account. So here, whatever the accountant finds the error in the transaction, so it will be corrected by creating suspense account. Right? Thereafter,
Yeah.
one-sided error will be rectified by passing a journal entry
Okay.
either debiting or crediting the suspense account.
Yes.
Let us take an example here. As we know the format of trial balance, right?
Yeah.
So in first column we have heads of account, different heads of account. Here heads of accounts, and here this is the side of debit side amount,
Yeah.
and this is the column of credit side amount.
Yes.
So let's say we have different assets like furniture, furniture account, and building account, creditors account, and so on, right?
Yeah.
So let's say we have here the total of credit side is, let's say we have 20,000. So when we talk about trial balance, there must be the balance between debit and credit side, right?
Yeah.
So this is our trial balance format, and debit side should match with the credit side should match with the debit side.
Debit
So
side.
here the total of credit side is 20,000. And now let's say here we have so many debit amount, but after all the debit side is become 19,600. So we are short with how much amount? We are short with 400 amount, right?
Yeah.
So we are short with the 400 amount in the debit side. So to fulfill that gap, we will create suspense account, right?
Yeah.
So that our trial balance will match. So here we can write that our debit side is equal to credit side, right? With the amount
Yeah.
of 20,000 in both the
Both
sides.
sides. Yes.
All right. So that is why we are creating suspense account. So what is suspense account here? Suspense account is the account to which the amount being the difference in the trial balance, which is temporarily placed here. When you create suspense account, right, it is created because there is some error
Yeah.
which accountant has to find out in the future, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So if the total of the debit side is short, so the suspense account will show debit balance, and if the total of the credit side is short, suspense account will show credit balance. So
Correct.
the
Yeah.
difference is placed in the suspense account so that final account are prepared without delay.
Yeah.
So as a result of this, trial balance will appear to agree. So however, the errors still remain in the trial balance, as you can see, right?
Yeah.
Suspense account we have created. So it means that there is some error which are identified and we have to rectify them in the future.
Yeah.
All right. So this is the um, role of suspense account here. So now let us understand this concept with the help of example, right? Here we know
Yeah.
that two-sided error we can correct it by passing the rectifying journal entry as we did it in rectification of error before
Yes.
preparing the
Yes.
trial balance,
Yeah.
right? Now we are going to discuss about here the suspense account. So our first example will be here. Purchases book is overcasted by 10,000. So what does it
Yes.
mean? First, tell me one thing. We have purchases. Purchases book is overcasted. Purchases book is overcasted by rupees 10,000, right?
Yes.
So here we will correct it by first tell me what is the balance of purchases book. As we have discussed in the rectification of error in the first class, as purchases book has a debit balance,
Yes.
right? It
Yeah.
has debit balance. So here we know that this has debit balance. What does it mean? Overcasted means the purchases book, as we have totaled it. So by calculating the purchases amount is over, it is in excess, right? It
Yeah.
means this amount is in excess. So here this is in excess. So here if there is excess, so we will credit it by nullify the effect, right? As we know purchases book has debit balance, so to
Yeah.
nullify this effect we will credit it the purchases book, right?
Yeah.
As we know that whatever has the debit balance, so to nullify that effect we will credit it. And if let's say we have sales account, right, or sales book, so its balance is credit balance.
Yeah.
So if it is overcasted, then we will debit it to nullify the effect of overcasted sales book, right?
Yeah.
So in this question we will credited the purchases book, right?
Yeah.
So here we will write, we will pass the journal entry as to purchases account credit, right?
Yeah.
But uh, what should we write in the debit side? As you know that we have discussed that this is the one sided error, right? So here we have to prepare, or we have to create suspense account,
Yeah.
right? To fill that difference, to fill that gap, or to fill that error,
Yes.
right? So
Yeah.
that in future we will come to know that there is some error in such kind of transaction, so that accountant will be aware of this fact, right?
Yeah.
So this is fulfilled by creating suspense account. So we will pass the rectifying journal entry as suspense account debit to purchases account credit, right?
Credit. Yes. Yeah.
And this we have to prepare in rectifying journal entry format, which you
Yes.
have to prepare in journal format.
Pang.
All right.
Yeah.
So here we will write the narration. As we have to write narration, it is mandatory. All right.
Yeah.
So here being purchases book was overcasted. Now rectify. All right.
Yeah.
So this is the entry. As you can see that purchases book has debit balance and it is overcasted. We have written excess, right? We
Yeah.
might be written it twicely, thricely. So to nullify that effect, so to correct that error, we have credited the purchases book. And in the debit side, we have created the suspense account to
Suspense
know
account.
the error, right?
Yeah.
So is there till now is there any doubt in this question?
No, ma'am.
All right. Now our next question is purchases written book is overcasted by 1000. So here next question is purchases written book is overcasted
Overcast.
by 1000, right? So here it is also the similar thing that overcasted means it is in excess. So
Yeah.
here it was wrongly accessed, right? So we have to minimize it. So to minimize the effect, we will do the opposite thing, right?
Yes.
So first tell me, Khushi, that uh, what does the balance of purchases return book? See,
Is
as
it
we know that
debit?
purchase, yes, no,
Debit?
see, purchases book has the debit balance, but when I talk about purchases return, whatever you have purchased, you
It's
have returned it,
credit.
so it will be
Yeah.
credited,
Credit, yeah.
right? So purchases return has the credit balance,
Credit. Yeah.
right? As we have discussed and you have studied in your term 1, right? So
Yeah.
here purchases return book has the credit balance, so it was mistakenly overcasted. So to rectify this error we will debit it, है ना? Right?
Yeah.
So we will debit it. So here purchases we will pass the rectifying journal entry as
Purchases return
purchases return
account
account debit.
to suspense account credit.
Yes, account debit to suspense account credit, as this is the one-sided error. So we have to create suspense account to identify the error, that
Yes.
there is some error. So with the amount of 1000, right?
Yeah.
So here we will write the narration as being purchases written book was overcasted,
Custard.
now rectified. All right.
Yeah.
Till now, is there any doubt?
No, ma'am.
All right. So now we have next question, as the balance of sales book is carried forward short. Right. So here we have the third question as balance of sales book is carried forward short, right? By
Yeah.
1000 rupees. So first, tell me one thing. What is the balance of sales book?
Uh,
As we know, the balance of the sales book is credit balance, right?
yeah.
Yes. So the sales book balance is credit balance.
Credit
So here
balance.
you can
Yes.
see that there is some shortage, right?
Yeah.
Shortage in the amount of sales book. So here, to correct this error, we will add some more amount in the sales book so that the error will be rectified.
Yeah.
So now here we will credit more amount in the sales book
Yes.
to credit to sales account credit. But as we know that this is the one-sided error, so in the debit side we will write the suspense account debit to sales account credit, right?
Credit. Yes.
With the amount of 1000 here also. All right, and here we will write the narration as being balance of sales book was short, now rectified, right?
Yeah.
Is there any doubt, Khushi?
No, ma'am.
All right. Now the next question is balance of sales return book is carried. forward short by 100 rupees. So here we have sales written book is carried forward short by 100 rupees, right?
Yeah.
So first tell me, what is the balance of sales written book?
Credit.
No, as you know that there is a credit balance of sales book. So
Yeah. So
there is a opposite
debit.
balance of sales written, that is the debit balance,
Debit.
right?
Yeah.
Debit here, sales written book has the debit balance.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So there is a shortage. There is a shortage in the sales written book. So to fulfill that gap, we will add some more amount in sales written book, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So we will debit the sales written book
Sounds
by 100 rupees
yeah.
here. So we will pass the journal entry as sales written account debit to suspense account credit,
Credit.
right?
Yes. Yeah.
As we know that this is the one-sided error. So here 100, 100. And here we will write as being sales or the balance of sales written book was carried forward short. Now rectify, right?
Yeah.
So sales written book has the debit balance and there is a shortage of rupees 100 rupees. So we have added more 100 rupees to fulfill that gap or to rectify that error. All right.
Yes. Yeah.
And this is the one-sided error. So we have created suspense account to fulfill that gap.
Yes.
All right. So is there any doubt, Khushi, in this question?
No, ma'am.
All right. Now we have next question as sales book was overcasted by 200. Right. So here, now tell me, what is the balance of sales book? As we have discussed recently, the balance of the sales book is credit balance,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
as you can see here, we have discussed that the balance of the sales book is credit balance. So here we have credit balance. As we have discussed in this question, it was short. There was a shortage in the balance of sales book. So we have
Yes.
credited the more amount. But in this question, there is a excess amount in the sales book. So what we will do? Overcasted means there is a excess amount.
So
Excess amount, right?
yeah.
So here there is an excess amount in the sales book. So to rectify this error, we will debit the sales book, right? Or we will debit the sales account,
Yeah.
right? All
Yes.
right. So here we will write or we will pass the journal entry in the rectifying journal entry as sales account debit to. So as we know that this is the one-sided error. So to rectify this error, we have to create suspense account. So to suspense account credit
Credit.
with amount of 200,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So our rectifying journal entry is sales account debit to suspense account credit, because there is excess amount of sales book. So to rectify this error, we have um, did opposite way to rectify this error, right? Right, Khushi? Is there any doubt?
No, ma'am.
All right. See, as you can see that there was shortage in the sales book. So as we know that there is a credit balance of sales book, so we have credited or added more amount in the credit side of the sales book, right? And
Yes.
in this question, we have seen that there is excess amount in the sales book, and we know that this is the credit balance. So to rectify this error, we will debit the sales book.
Yes.
All right, so here
Yeah.
we will write the narration as being the error in sales book totaling now rectified. Right?
Yeah.
Is there any doubt?
No, ma'am.
All right. Now we have next question as goods sold to Manohar for rupees 550 was posted as 5,500. Right?
Yeah.
So here the entry will be, the sales entry will be as Manohar, Manohar's account debit to sales,
Sales account credit.
sales account credit, right?
Yes.
So here what happens here, that the amount in the credit side is 550, right?
Yeah.
But what happened here, in the Manohar side the amount was written as or posted as 5,500,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So as you can see, the amount was written as 5,500, but it has to be 550. So
Yes.
there is an error with the amount of 4,950.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So here we will rectify this error. As you can see that in sales account it was correctly posted, right? But
Yeah.
there is an error in the Manohar's account. So we will correct it by passing the rectifying general
Journal
entry
entry.
as we know that we will first we have to credit the Manohar's account, right?
Yeah.
As you can see that there is a access in the debit side. So to nullify this effect, we will credit it the debit side, right? So we have
Yeah.
to credit the Manohar's account here.
Yeah.
So here we will credit the Manohar's Manohar's account, but
Yes.
with the amount of, as we know that there is an error of amount 4,950, right?
Yeah.
So here in the debit side we have to create suspense account.
Yes.
So to understand that there is an error in the transaction, right? So
Yeah.
here the entry will be, the rectifying journal entry will be, the rectifying journal entry will be like suspense account debit to Manohar's account Credit?
Yeah.
So here we will write narration being goods sold to Manohar for rupees 550 was posted as 5,500
550.
now rectified, right?
Yeah.
So is there any doubt in this question, Khushi?
No, ma'am.
All right. So here we have next question as purchases book was overcasted by 800. Now tell me the what is the balance of purchases book?
Uh,
The debit balance,
Debit. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yes, very good. So here the purchases book has the debit balance,
Yes.
and you can see here it is overcasted. It means it is in excess amount, right?
This. Yeah.
So it is in excess amount, so we have to credit it the purchases account, right?
Yeah.
So here, as we know that this is the one-sided error, so here first we will mention here that we will credit it the purchases account because it is overcasted. It was wrongly overcasted. So
Yes.
here with the amount of 800.
Yeah.
And to identify this error, we will create suspense account in the debit side. So here suspense account
Mm.
debit with the amount of 800,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So here we will write the narration as being the overcasting of purchases book now rectified. Is there any doubt, Khushi?
No, ma'am.
All right. Now let us do one more question here. Purchases written book was carried forward as 1,220 rupees instead of 1,120 rupees, right?
Yeah.
So here first there is an entry as journal entry we will pass as cash account debit
Debit.
to purchase return account credit, as we know that purchase return account has credit balance,
Yes.
right? So
Yeah.
here it there has to be the amount so there has to be the amount of 1,120 rupees, right? As we know that
Yes.
purchases return book was carried forward as 1,220 instead of 1,120,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
so there has to be this amount. So by mistake it was written as 1220, but there has to be 1120 amount.
Yes.
So there is a difference or the error with the rupees 100 rupees, right?
Yeah.
It means it is in excess amount, or purchases return is overcasted.
Yeah.
Overcasted by 100 rupees,
Yeah.
right? So to
Yeah.
nullify this effect, we will pass the rectifying journal entry as purchases return account debit with amount of 100 rupees, right?
Yeah.
We have to create here, as we know that this is the one-sided error, so we have to create suspense account. Suspense account credit with amount of 100 rupees. See, there has to be this posting, but by mistake it was wrongly posted with the amount of, or carried forward with the amount of this
Yeah.
1220 rupees, and we know that there has to be 1120 rupees only. So
Yeah.
there is an excess amount in the purchases written book. So to nullify this effect, as we know that this purchase return has the credit balance. This has the credit balance. Credit balance, as we have discussed here also. You can see here that purchase return book has the credit balance, right?
Yes.
But this is an excess amount with the rupees 100. So to nullify
Yes.
this effect, we have to do the opposite thing, that we have to we have to debit the credit amount as to nullify this effect. So
Yes.
we will debit the purchases return account, right? And we
Yeah.
have to create here suspense account to
Correct.
identify this error in future.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So here we will write the narration as being the error in carrying forward of total of purchases return book now rectified. Right, Khushi?
Yes.
This is rectifying journal entry. So till now, is there any doubt, Khushi?
No, ma'am.
All right. So here we have this question. Khushi, you have to attempt this question, all right?
Okay, ma'am.
Yes. Khushi. Khushi, are you done?
No, miss, not yet.
All right. When you are done, please let me know.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, I'm done.
All right, Khushi.
Okay, ma'am, can I
Okay,
see?
so tell me the first rectifying journal entry.
So it's suspense account debit to
Yes,
sales account credit with the amount of 1,000.
yes, very good.
And
Very
for
good, Khushi.
second, okay, thank you. Second, it's sales return account uh,
Yes,
debit to Green and Go account credit with the amount of 1,500.
yes, very good.
Okay. And third, it's suspense account debit
Yes,
to Ravi's account credit with the amount of 5,000.
yes, very
Uh,
good.
Fourth is furniture account debit to purchase account credit with the amount of 10,000.
Yes,
Okay. Fifth is suspense account debit to Ankit account credit with the amount of uh, 2,500.
yes, very good.
And in sixth is purchase account debit to suspense account credit with the amount of 4,500.
All right. Yes,
Seventh is purchase account debit to suspense account credit with the amount of 1,000. And
all right. Khushi, tell me the answer of sixth question. That is, goods purchased for 5,000 were posted as 500 to purchases account. Right?
yes, so it's sixth answer is purchase account debit to suspense account credit with the amount of
Yes,
4,500.
yes, very good, Khushi.
Yeah.
All right.
Ma'am, can I see the seventh answer?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's purchase account debit to suspense account credit with the amount of 1,000.
Yes, very good.
And the eighth is building account debit to wages account credit with the amount of 20,000.
Yes,
Yeah.
very good, Khushi.
Okay.
All right. So, is there any doubt in any question, Khushi?
No, ma'am.
All right. So, till now, we have discussed the rectification of error after the preparation of trial balance,
Trial
right?
balance. Yes.
But before the preparation of final account. And in this, we have discussed two types of errors. First is one-sided error, another one is two-sided error.
Two-sided
So in the
error.
one-sided error, we will rectify this error by creating suspense account, and two-sided error will be rectified
Journal.
by passing rectifying journal entry,
Journal
right?
entry. Yes. Yeah.
All right. So as you have exam tomorrow, do you want me to continue or you want to prepare for the exam, Khushi?
Ma'am, can I go and prepare for my exam because?
Yeah, yeah, sure. So all the best, Khushi, for your exam.
Okay, ma'am. Thank
All
you.
right. So
Yeah.
this is
Thank you
all
very
for
much.
today. So do
Yeah.
practice this topic. All right.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you,
Okay.
Khushi.
Okay. Thank you. Bye, ma'am.
Bye.